Hello everyone, long time no post. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I'm currently in my garage in the dead of summer. I will show you what I'm doing in a minute, so just ignore the background. It's a garage. But yeah, we have just been doing basically nothing like the rest of you, just trying to find things to do. I did find something to do that's been occupying my time, but I just wanted to come on here and give you an update. School is going to be starting, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about lunch videos, but I don't know. So yeah, the girls and I have just basically been home. My husband still goes to work. I can work from home, which is super great. And I think I will be working from home for probably, I'm hoping, the rest of the year, frankly. I really enjoy it. I really like working from home. It's very nice to be able to just be in my own element. And I mean, everything I do for my job can be done from home. I mean, obviously I've been doing it for 5 months without any issues. So we'll see. Our company's doing really good, even though, sorry, I hear like a bee or a fly. Our company's doing really good, even though everybody's home. So that's a good sign. We were able to go on one small little trip to California, just the girls and I, for a couple days to visit family. That's all we did was we went there, we hung out with family. We did go to an outlet mall to do some school shopping, masked up and stuff, but that was the only thing really we did. We have been able to do softball. Emily's been able to do, sorry, my neighbor's truck is really loud. She's been able to do softball. So that's helped out, because I don't know about you, not personally, like if you have kids or yourself, this has been a really depressing time, and we had a couple of nights crying. Yeah, there were, as much as, there's 4 of us in the house, but you can still feel lonely, bored, missing your friends, which Emily did. So I was really grateful that we did have softball and we were able to do practice. Sorry, I am like hot. Really? Like, do they see me? Can you hear his weed eater now? Nobody was outside. I set this whole thing up and he's got a weed eat. Let's hope y'all can hear me. Anyway, so we had softball, so that's been great. So that kind of had occupied our time and other things. So yeah, and then Emily is starting high school. Having some issues with that, Mom. 4 more years and she's a free bird. So she made the freshman volleyball team. So that was really cool. And she found out yesterday that she's captain of the team. A captain, there's 2. So it was a great accomplishment. She was a little upset at first because some of her other friends made like sophomore, JV, and varsity. And I was like, you know what? You're meant to be on freshman. That's where they need you. She's also a setter now. She's never been a setter. Last year she was a hitter, AKA, for those of you who are my age, that's called a spiker. They changed the names. Anyways, she was a hitter, and she's not that tall. I mean, she's 5'4" right now, but she really wasn't tall enough to be a hitter. And then during spring, when we did club, she was in the back row and did really good there. So anyways, so now she's a setter, so that's great. A new position she's learning, and yeah, so she's super excited. So we are now taking on volleyball and softball at the same time. So she currently is at volleyball for 2 hours right now, and then she'll go to softball for 2 hours. So she is a tired girl. So what have I been doing? Because I haven't been posting. Really, guys, there was really nothing to post. I was going to do all these videos. I thought, oh, I'll post this and that, but you just kind of get stuck in your ways, and really, frankly, it was laziness. Really, that's what it was. 5 months of laziness. So, but I wasn't too lazy. So what I've been doing, guys, is I've been making cups. Yeah, not like pottery, not like that. So let me show you, I'm gonna show you this one. I can't show you the front of it because it has the person's name on it and she doesn't know she's getting it. So I have been making tumblers. So Basically, this is epoxy, glitter, a lot more epoxy, some decals, and a lot more epoxy. So this is what I've been doing. I'll show you a couple more. I have this one, which is a koozie. It says beach please. And then I made this one for Emily, and I still have to finish it. This one is really cool. It had a black background, and then I put on some alcohol inks, and it made this swirl design. She wanted a rainbow. This one was the first one that I completed, and it's my cup. And it does have a lot of flaws, but I left them. I could have fixed them, but I just left them because I wanted to see how far I've come. And then this is a wood grain. And I'm actually going to work on a wood grain here in a minute, and I'll show you how I do that. And so that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been working, I've been going to softball, and I've been doing cups. So yeah, I have my little area back here. I'll show you guys what that area looks like. Okay, it's a hot mess express, guys. Glitter is no joke. It's all over. I tried to keep it clean, but there's just like, yeah, there's glitter, there's spray adhesive. Anyway, so this is a turner. This is what I'm working on. This is another koozie. It's in the process of letting it dry from some clear glaze before I epoxy it. So this is one of my turners, and just basically what it does is it turns the, I can't turn this on because it's got a timer thing on it, but it turns it very, very slow, kind of like a rotisserie. And it takes like 4 to 6 hours to dry, depending on how hot it is. The hotter, the better, makes it dry quick. So yeah, so I have 2 of those. This is another cup I'm working on. I'm not sure if you can see, it's a white glitter. There's gonna be some butterflies on it and a name. And then that's just like a drying rack. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing all summer, literally all summer. I wish I had more to account for it, as in more cups. I did have, there was actually 4 cups I've given away. I'm not selling them right now. I'm kind of trying to see if that's really where I want to go with it, or just to have it as a hobby to give away to friends. My thing is I'm a big perfectionist, and if it's not perfect, I will literally strip the cup and do it again, which is a pain in the butt. And so I'm really weary about doing this for customers and charging people. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, what I was gonna work on here while we talk some more about school is this cup. So these are alcohol inks that I have here, and they're just brown. I have a couple of different colors, and let's see. Sorry for the hand. So basically I just kind of put my hand in here, put some of this on, and then take a paintbrush and paint it down. Super easy. And you just go around the whole cup. And some people do knots and stuff. Oh, I've attempted. I've watched so many videos on how to do a knot, and I just can't. I haven't got the technique yet. Maybe one day. But I have a couple of guys who really like the wood grain. It's a really manly cup. So I usually do these with a sports theme on it. So I'm starting this one for Emily's softball coach. Sorry, too many sports. So let's talk about school, guys. Okay, I had the hardest time deciding what I wanted to do for the girls. And I agree, there's a lot of people who say this, the right choice is whatever your family makes. If you guys stay home and do online, so let me backtrack. Our city, it's a smaller city of Boise. We're not in Boise, we're in a surrounding area. And what Boise is doing is they are all at home right now, all online. So there was that choice. But my area had the choice, they could make their own choice. And so what they're doing is like a hybrid version, which is 2 days at school and then the rest of the time online. So I was like, okay, well that gives the girls time to go, to be able to have a little bit of, you know, chit-chatty and seeing their friends and actually seeing a teacher. Because I don't know about you guys, but like, ooh, it's gonna storm. April and May for us was a freaking joke for school. These girls didn't have crap to do. It was very annoying. I was like, don't you have assignments? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? Nothing. They did nothing for 2 months. So I was like, I don't want to do the online thing if they're not gonna learn. So, okay, so anyways, so that's what our area is doing. There's a couple of other areas too. Okay, fly attacking me, of course. And I can't focus with this cup. There's a couple of other areas who are doing the same thing, and then there's others that are doing online. It just depends on what the outbreak is amongst that area. So it comes down to, hey, you know, basically, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay home? Because we had the choice to just keep them home and for the full semester and do all online, or we could do the hybrid. But I couldn't decide, you guys. I couldn't decide what was the best. Like, for us, I was like, because it's a little bit scary, the thought of them going and then possibly carrying it home. You know, the Rona is what I mean. And I have 2 autoimmune diseases. So, you know, my immune system's low. But I do take hydrochloroquine, oddly enough. I know that's up for debate, who knows, but I mean, it's in my eyes, I'm like, oh, it's a plus. Hey, you never know. I take it daily. Hopefully that'll help me. Wow. Can you hear that thunder? We need a storm. I don't know if you're in like the Pacific Northwest where there's all these fires and all this smoke. Anyway, so I couldn't decide. And you had to decide like by August 3rd, but they kept pushing the date out for school start. Mind you, our school starts August 31st and it is August 25th right now. So I couldn't decide. So we finally decided, and I say decided, to do the hybrid because I still was going back and forth. I'm a little more at peace with it now, just because we've gotten schedules and things like that. But I just couldn't decide. It's such a difficult decision. So hard to make that decision. And I think we do have the choice that if it's not working out and I'm like, we can just stay home. So Emily her school does normally A and B day. So A day, they would do 4 classes, B day, the other 4 classes. Well, for the first quarter, there was some lightning. For the first quarter, they're just doing the A day. So this kid has PE, band, art, and language arts. That's all she has. So really, she has language arts to deal with. Which actually is kind of a plus for her because she has to keep her grades above a C for volleyball for this first quarter, because that's what she's only in volleyball for like 6-7 weeks. So that kind of helps her, and you know, just starting high school. But Maddie, who's going into 7th grade, has all of her classes in the day, okay? Which wouldn't be a problem, but they don't get to have a locker. Thankfully, they get to have their backpacks. But now she's like strapped down to this huge backpack. It's not really even huge though, but she's got binders plus her lunch. I'm like, so that really kind of sucks. I had to buy her a new lunchbox that was thinner. The lunchbox we had last year was great. They really loved them. Everything fit, had room, and we still have them. Typically, I buy new lunchboxes every year because, you know, I'm that crazy lunch mom. But this year I was like, no, I'm not going to buy lunch boxes. You guys like the lunch boxes and they're still age appropriate and things like that. But I had to buy her a new lunch box that was quite smaller, and so it will fit in her bag. So that's the only dilemma I have right now. I mean, we'll see how it goes next week. But 2 days on, 3 days, I mean, it's not off. They'll be online and hopefully learning something, but I don't know. This is just a crazy time. And I don't know. It's so interesting. I don't know if you guys can see. Some of that's paper towel. Now he's mowing. Anyways, I'm stockpiling toilet paper. Yep. I'm not stockpiling it all at once, so don't freak out. Every time I go grocery shopping or do my weekly shopping, I pick up the pack. So I don't know, my husband wants me to start like stocking up on things because he's a little bit, I don't know, he's a little nervous about the elections and how that's going to go. And so I'm like, okay, I'll start stocking up on things just to have, I mean, you should have some sort of stock up anyway, right? So that you're not, you know, in case of a natural disaster. I don't know if I told you guys this in my last video. We had a freaking earthquake here. It was a small one. Four? But we don't have earthquakes in Idaho, guys. In fact, when I was 14, the reason my mom moved me here was because we lived in California and she had the fear that California was going to have the big earthquake and fall off into the ocean. So that was her reasoning for moving us to the state of Idaho, which I thought was crap back then. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't know now. Now I'm like, I love Idaho. This is where I live. This is my home. But being 14, you're just like, seriously. But yeah, we had our first earthquake. It was funny. I was just walking in the house from taking something to the trash, and Emily was on the couch playing a video game. Yeah, video games have been life lately, and TikTok, by the way. And she goes, "Why is the couch moving?" I said, "You're crazy." And then all of a sudden, I heard what I thought was hail. I'm like, is it hailing? No, that wasn't hail. I looked up and we could see the chandelier swaying back and forth. We were just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it happened. It was really quick. And as my husband says it, he wished it would have happened again because he was like, I know what it is now. Do it again so we can like experience it for, But obviously, Mother Nature didn't listen to him. But Maddie was in the shower and had no idea. She didn't feel it. She's super upset about it. She keeps every time, yeah, I had to miss it. I was in the shower. It's so funny. So, yeah, so back to school. I don't know what I'm going to do about lunches, you guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to video them. I think I'll probably start off strong and probably video them because it has been a while and I do kind of miss it. But it's 2 days a week, so... And when my girls aren't at school, they eat things like mac and cheese for lunch. Maddie will make a sandwich. Emily has a terrible eating ritual. She likes ramen and stuff, so, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I need to come up with something, though. So, and then I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe I should, show how I make cups and stuff. I don't know if I have enough patience for editing. That's my issue. I can video all day long. Here I am videoing this. Who knows when it'll go up. Maybe if I focus, I will go and edit it right away and get it posted. But yeah, that's my problem, is the editing, sitting down to edit. So yeah, so we'll see. Definitely I'll start off strong with the lunches, I think. And see where to go from there. I don't know. Oh, see? These are really fun because they're really hard to mess up. However, you can get a little bit obsessive. Like I'm like, oh, that part doesn't look good. So all you have to do, did you guys even see this, what I was doing? Oh my gosh. I was over here chit-chatting and I don't even know if you guys can see what I was doing. Here, I'll do this bottom part. You can get a little bit obsessive with putting this on and making sure it goes on the right way and looks the way you want it. Oh my gosh, there's a huge storm coming. I don't know if they're gonna have softball tonight, which frankly is fine with me. She could use the rest. Anyways, so this is like very forgiving. But yeah, so these cups have been really fun. I've really enjoyed doing them, but I have had to strip a lot. Basically what that means is like you wrap it up in paper towel and then douse it with acetone, like 100% straight acetone. And then you let it sit overnight. But of course I'm an airhead and, oh crap, I forgot I had one sitting there. And so it doesn't, yeah, you have to redo it. Yeah, so. Anyways, what are you guys doing for school? Are you going back to school? Or are you staying home and working online? And did you have as tough as a decision as I did? Because it's just couldn't do it, guys. I just couldn't do it. You know, and everybody said, oh, whatever decision you make for your family is the right one. I get that, but that was the problem, is I could not make a decision. I couldn't do it. So yeah, so tell me down below and tell me what fun things you guys did. Did you do anything fun this summer? Like, I know we are all limited and there wasn't much to do. I wish we had a camper. Can I just tell you guys? Because we totally would have went like camping, a camper, an RV, whatever the heck it's called. We would have loved to have done that. So yeah, so tell me down below. Yeah, tell me what you're doing for school, if it was a hard decision, and if you did anything exciting for this summer. I hope you guys are all well. We are all well. Everybody's healthy. Nobody's gotten sick yet. I didn't say that. We're doing great. There, you know, we have teenage attitudes. There's that. But yeah, no, we've been doing great, and I hope that you guys are too. And look for the lunch videos and whatever else I might post. I don't know. I might show you guys how I make a cup. We'll see. See y'all soon. Bye.